Welcome back to Dave Does Math from Home. This is part 2 of our lesson on quadratic equations, where they're like polynomial equations, but they have degree 2. So we have x squareds, we have x's, we have constants. We're trying to organize all those into pieces so we can get solutions out of it. I want to talk about kind of crazy looking thing here. I want to talk about this one. This isn't formatted in the way that we could use the square root technique. So right now, it looks like the only option available to us is factoring. So we'll subtract 20 from both sides. We would get 6x squared minus 7x minus 20 equals 0. And now we need to factor this, but the 6 in front is going to give us some grief. We would have to use the AC technique, where we multiply a and c together to get negative 120, and we know that b equals negative 7. So now we're looking for two numbers that multiply to give us negative 120. And add to give us negative 7, which is not an easy task. These are moderately crazy numbers to be working with. We could do it if we wanted to, but before I finish this out, I want to talk to you about the third possible technique for solving quadratic equations, and that is the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula only works on things that are formatted like this. So you still have to set them equal to 0 first. It only works on these ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Only works on things like this. But if you have something set equal to 0, you can find your solutions using this formula. The formula is negative b plus or minus the square root of b, I'm saying things wrong, b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So this is the formula we can use to get answers if we don't feel like factoring something. Honestly, I think most of the time factoring is easier, but sometimes when the factoring is kind of complex, you might want to switch to this. This will also end up complex, but it's just arithmetic. It's not a guessing game, so it's a bit more doable, some might say. So for our case, this would look like x equals, oh, here's the thing I need to warn you about for the quadratic formula. A and B and C are always just numbers. It's just numbers. There's no variables at all. So I see lots of people trying to tell me that b here is negative 7x, and it's not. B is negative 7. The x, if you're doing the quadratic formula, there's no x's here at all anywhere ever. It's all just numbers. So the b is negative 7. That means that negative b is positive 7. Plus or minus the square root of b squared would be 49. 4 times a times c. So a times c is negative 120. If we multiply that by 4, we'll get 480. So plus 480 all over 2, not 2a. What am I doing? 12? This needs to be a 12. If a is 6, then 2a is 12. So if we're going to do this, we need to know the square root of 529, which I don't know offhand.